Professor Peter Baofu, welcome to Thahameso this morning.
Thank you.
African countries have their own continental organizations, but they are also members of the international organizations as well, like United Nations and others. Do they really have an impact on Africa's development?
Yes, I do think that the international organizations consciously and unconsciously have done something good, but also done something bad. Because every time when the international organization come in, they always impose their values on you, ask you what to do, change this before I give you this and this and this and this. Now the problem here is that who are the people in those international organizations? Africans? Who are in control of the organization? Who make the decision? What is the ideology, the analysis, the framework that they use? Are those from African think tanks? Are those from African academics? Are those from black professors? No. All of them, they make those decisions, look at the decision-making processes. They are not from you. They are from those powers. And when you, as I always said, you can learn as much as you want from others, and that's important in life. We are in the age of globalization. You cannot close-minded. You have to open up and learn. But the point is, you learn, but you have to do something for yourself and ask yourself, who are you? You have to invent things for yourself and ask, what do you want? Instead of what you want is based on what other people want. And you watch the films, the TV, the radio, and all that. You look at everything and say, I want that too. And all of a sudden, your identity is a mirror of someone else. You cannot get ahead in life, in development like that, if you are always thinking and behaving like that. Look at the Chinese is a good example. I talk about this in different interviews. The Chinese now, they have their own identity. They don't just borrow the Western identity, they have their own. They learn, they copy, but at the same time, they do something which is very, very Chinese. The way of development in China in the last 40 years is borrowed from different elements, but in the end, they are very Chinese because they know what they are. They pursue them, but not on the basis of Western discourse and Western ideology. Development like this, you're always behind. That is the problem here. I have been in so many countries now, and in Africa especially too, that every time the local people talk about development like this or some other case, it always one way or they ask the same question, the same answer, always from the standpoint of someone else, or of other cultures, not from you. Development, by the way, in that sense, is not an African concept.
Then what do African leaders have to do?
I think that it's not just a question for the African leaders. Again, I see that this is another problem again. This is the mindset in Western mass media. They keep blaming the leaders. Now the local people use the same jargon.
They're on the forefront.
Yeah, see that this is not good. I have been in so many countries now, and I have seen that many of the problems are not the leaders, are the people themselves. So don't just use, see, what is in Africa is not just in Africa, it's also in the rest of the world. People need to think outside the box. They get trapped of the box so much that when they ask question, the question in one way or the other is always from the other side. You don't know how much they trap your thinking. They shape your thinking. They control your thinking. You need to get out of it. Even that question now is also in many ways Western-centric. I know quite well about this because I'm from the West. I grew up there. I was educated there. So whatever you say, I know very well how it's linked. But on the other hand, I've been in so many other countries. I can see how clearly things are not like that at all. So even your question now need to be deconstructed too. So ask an African question from the African standpoint, but not from an African question from the Western standpoint again, on development, blaming the leaders.
Professor Dr. Baofu, thank you for your time on Thahameso Program.
Thank you for inviting me.
Right. Mr. Mutleyo again, Professor Dr. Peter Baofu, ke motho a tsamaileng haholo mme o ka rona ha ya Lesotho o tla ithuta hore na ha ya Lesotho le yona e sebetsa ditaba jwang, ditaba tsa dipolotiki, ditaba tsa tikoloho, ditaba tsa moruo ka kakaretso. Ha re mathe re fetela ka lefapheng la dipapadi.